think you're gonna feel you belong. A vacation, unnecessary sedation. You wanna feel at home, 'cause you belong. Welcome to my nightmare.
Yeah! Welcome to my nightmare, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to my breakdown.
And what a nightmare. It is a delicious nightmare. Compliments of the IPVIA and the government of New Brunswick. Welcome. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it so much. Well, we've been doing a bunch of videos about the IPVIA, the wonderful new act that's out in New Brunswick to save everybody from themselves and to criminalize normal relationship behavior to no small degree. Which is great, because if everything is violent, then we can just arrest everybody. And then we'll have to build more prisons. That would be great, because that would be spark the economy up a little bit, wouldn't it? Make some money, We could get into that. That'd be good. There'd be more cops and more judges and more lawyers, and that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, more psychotherapists, more rubber rooms. I don't even know if I have the rubber room up now. Maybe I have another motif in the background. Anyway, so, what we're going to talk about a little bit more now, I think, is kind of a different slant on the old IPVIA Rooney here. Now, with regard to the applicants for the IPVIA, now, again, I have to preface this every time. I should almost just, put a header for this thing. I'm not talking about people who need protection from violence. I'm not talking about that. That's real. Violence is horrible. And we want to make sure that everybody is safe and protected, okay? We're talking about the abuse of a law or an act. We're talking about an act whose architecture was so sloppily designed that it makes one pause and wonder, was this thing really intentionally put together so that it could be abused? I know I asked that question, but then again, what do I know? Anyway, so what I want to talk about now with this IPVIA is early warning signs for men to watch for when their wives are planning to frame them with the use of the IPVIA Act to circumvent family law and to usurp the children and custody from the man without his knowledge. And let me tell you, it's a 100% guarantee that they're going to get it. Okay, virtually 100%. Okay. So this video is for a man who has no criminal record, no history of violence, no psychosis. There's been no police intervention in his life. He has not abused his wife or children or anybody else for that matter. Okay, and he's just a law-abiding, 100% pure as the driven snow according to the law dude who's just trying to earn a living and pay for his family and loves his kids. Okay, if you meet that criteria, you are my target audience, and we're talking to you. Now, we're going to take the perspective, fictionally here, of your wife is setting you up. Your wife is engineering, fraudulently preparing to file an IPVIA against you and steal the children, assassinate your character, and gain the upper hand in a soon-to-come family law case against you, my friend. That's right. All right, so what you want to look for is this, okay? Early signs. She's going to withdraw from you emotionally. Not the normal withdraw from you emotionally that you probably know what I'm talking about, but she's going to go deeper. It's not going to be where she gives you the silent treatment, and then you're like, oh, come on, what's wrong, honey? Oh, nothing. And then you badger her until it comes up, and then everything's fine. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be deeper and longer. Okay? It's going to be, you're not going to be able to just talk about it and have it go away. It's going to be, it's going to be longer. It's not going to be so intense either because she's got to cover it up. She's got to hide it. If she came on too strong, you know, I know your guys are thick, right? And you trust her. She knows you trust her, right? So that's your fatal flaw right there. Your Achilles heel is that she knows you trust her. So she's going to use that trust that you have against her, right? To keep you dumb and move behind your back and stab you in the back, right? That's what's going to happen here. So you got to wake up a little bit and you got to be on the alert. So if you see her withdraw emotionally and just almost like a resigned kind of withdrawal where she's not she's really showing no interest in you kind of anymore. It's almost like she's decided on something. It's hard to explain what she'll do, but that's what's going to happen. That could happen. So you got to watch that because that's a big change, right? If you notice that she's got more frequent errands that she's running in, like, out of her regular routine. I don't know, partners get in a routine, right? So if you notice she's running errands more frequently out of her routine, and they seem strange, like when you ask her about it, the answer is strange. Like, oh, I'm just running an errand. Like, she won't be able to lie so easy. Like, they're good liars, but she won't be able to. You'll if you know. Like, I'm looking back and thinking, and you can tell if you wake up. Okay, so there's that too. She's gonna run a little more errands. What you want to do too is you want to figure out where the transition house is in your town. There's a list of them. You can find them very easily. It's like Women's Transition House, New Brunswick. Just find out where it is. Ask around. You can find out where this is. Lickety split. Okay? When she starts going on these errands that she normally doesn't, give her a 10-minute head start and then take a little drive down to the transition house and see if you see her car there. Okay? If you do not say anything. Don't say anything. Just keep it quiet and try to hide your emotions. It's going to be tough. And then get ready for the evacuation plan that we have in another video. Anyway, these are just early warning signs. So, okay, so you got the errands. Another thing will be, you'll notice the children will begin withdrawing from you. Because she's going to probably practice parental alienation against the children too. They're like peas in a pod, right? They're like hand in hand. IPVIA and parental alienation are a left-right combo, right? And they're going to use this against you. So you're going to notice the children withdrawing from you. I don't know how close you are to your kids, so this can be hard to detect. But if you're very close to the children, it's going to be pretty easy. They're going to become increasingly belligerent with you. They're going to be they're going to withdraw their affection from you, withhold it. Like if you go to kiss them, they may pull away, or they may wipe the kiss off, right? Or if you kiss them on, even on sometimes you just kiss them on the clothing or whatever, right? They'll wipe it off, even on their clothing, and they'll shrug. It's very odd. So when you see that happening, that's a big sign, okay, that she's being alienated. When they exclude you from going to the park, or going to dance, or going to different activities that they have, when they abnormally kind of like step up the exclusion of you, right? And they say, no, you stay home. You've got things to do anyway. When they're not like, oh, come on, when they don't do that, when they're pushing, that's a big early warning sign too. Watch that. Very important. They'll whisper and stuff. They'll keep secrets. Like I heard of a case where the children whisper to the mother, but stare at the father like that, like, because they were too young to hide the obvious fact that they were talking about their dad. So you watch that stuff. It's pretty creepy. Let me see. Is there anything else that you should know? Bank accounts and stuff like that. If she starts to move things around a little bit, right? Just keep an eye on her, right? I heard a case of one where the woman actually got a job without her husband even knowing. Just came home. Hadn't worked in years because she was a stay-at-home mom. But then just came home one day. The guy was outside working on the car, and he looked, and his wife was leaving, like all dressed up and leaving on an odd day in her schedule. And he's like, where are you going? She goes, oh, just going to work. He had no idea that she was employed. Okay, so You got to watch these, and I know these things sound ridiculous. You're like, yeah, well, but when you're involved in that, you don't see them. You're blind to that kind of thing, right? Okay. So these are early warning signs that she's going to pull the trigger. Okay? So check it out. You want to get down there and make sure that you keep an eye on her and see what's up with this. You could catch this in time. If you do catch something, right, where it's do not confront her, because she'll drop the IPVI on you immediately. Now, if you see her, let's say you see your car down at the transition house, okay? It's over at that point. Because she can drop that on you at any time. God knows what she has done. She, you know, like when they want to frame you, they'll set up an emergency plan for their children, and all this stuff is done without your knowledge. You don't know. She's in consultation. When you see her down at the transition house, she's on it. They're coaching her down there. They're telling her what to do. They're setting you up. They're staging this. They're setting you up. Okay? You're not going to believe it. So you got to step out of your paradigm of that, and you got to face reality that that's what's happening. And if you see the car at the transition house, that's tough, because at that point you can't call her on it. If you call her on it, she's just going to push the button and go, and your time is very short then too, because she's moving on this, right? So it may be good to preemptively strike. You may want to file one against her first. Okay, it might be wise to do that. So you should have yours in the can. We'll see if we can't, find out what's on that application form, so you can have that set up for yourself. Because here's another important point, and I mean what I'm going to say now. I've been this is all kind of entertainment. Okay, I'm not advocating anybody do anything. I'm just I'm making commentary and having some fun with this. Okay? So, here's the thing. In any relationship, I don't care who it is, if there's a relationship going on out there, each of the partners have committed intimate partner violence against each other. That is true. Because it's subjective. Told a joke 8 years ago that she's offended by today, that's violent. Okay? Got mad because your income tax didn't come in like you thought it would, got up from the table and pushed the chair a quarter of a century ago, that's violent. That's a violent act. Raised your voice at any time in an argument or a discussion, that is violent. Said, honey, I got a headache. Once. That's violent. That's belittling and controlling. You're controlling her. Question a bill on a charge on the credit card. That's control. You're controlling the finances. Okay? I'm not kidding. So, everybody in a relationship has intimately violated each other. It's just whoever gets there first. That's very important. You want to get there first. So if you suspect that if you go down to the transition house and you see some of these early warning signs that I'm telling you about, and then you actually see the car at the transition house, yeah, she's gonna do it. She's gonna do it. You're done. You're done. Okay? One of the things you could do at that point, if you wanted, was you could get the kids in the car. Okay? And you can just leave. You can leave with the children. You have to go. It's hard to find a place to go, though, because you're a man. There's no transition house for men. But you can leave with the children. Get them, get some provisions for them, put them in the car, and just leave. Go down to the Maybe go to a relative's. Okay? Take the kids, go there, and then go immediately to the RCMP and file an IPVIA against her. Okay? You have to file one against her. If you file it against her, you can ask for 6 months, no contact. You can ask for permanent, or temporary, it's like 6 months, temporary residence, like control over the residence. You can just stay there. He can't go. Or she can't go, I should say. So that's what you want to do. Maybe, right? If you get there first, you might have a hope. If you don't, you're probably never going to see your kids again, man. I'm just being honest. It's a bias family court. That's it. Yep. It'll be brown shirt o'clock, stormtrooper o'clock. They will come. They will grab you. They will pull you from your home. Okay? Jackboots are standing by, ready to respond. And they're just gonna deliciously take you right from your home. Special delivery. She's gonna move back in there and redecorate. Yeah. So it's up to you, whatever you want to do. That's a real hard place to be. There's nothing good about this, you know. But anyway, there's the early warning signs. I'm trying to think of any other ones that you might want to know. She's going to take, if you have firearms or anything like that, she's going to take your guns too. So what you might want to do, you want to get rid of those. If you see that her car at the transition house, get rid of your guns immediately, man. Like put them in storage or give them to your parents or or sell them. If you don't need them, right? If they don't mean that much, get rid of them. She's not going to know. I mean, the last time you looked at your guns is probably friggin' ages ago anyway, right? So just sell them. Pocket the money. You're going to need money, man. Oh, that's the other thing. If you see her at the transition house, you better cancel credit cards that she's joint with immediately. Like if she's an authorized user on any of your cards, get rid of that immediately because you'll never be able to do that. If you have a shared cell phone program, stop it. Go immediately, pay her phone off, and cut it off. Cut that phone off immediately. Like maybe you can put it on a different account. Because you don't want to cut it off because she'll catch on. But put it on a different account, but just pay it off so that you are in separate accounts. Keep her phone number active. Like maybe pay it for. See, that's difficult too because you're gonna have to keep paying it. Cut her off. The only other, and then there was something else that I was thinking about too that way. Anything you're tied to financially like that, you got to get rid of it because they will make you keep it, right? Credit cards, you can't. Bank accounts, you can't close them. She'll jack your cards up to the sky. Oh yeah, max them out. It's gonna be horrible. So that's another thing preemptively defensive that you want to do. If you suspect it, and then when you see make visits at the transition house. That's a big one because they're going there. So just make sure you find out where that is and just drive by every now and then and make sure her car's there. If her car's there, it's on. It's only a matter of time before you're going to get a little visit from the local police. They're going to come in and sing you a tender lullaby. And it's going to be, "Good night, Irene," for you.